If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Great. So we know that we have different compensation. What is a core compensation? This is the basic fundamental. So if we are trying to learn advanced compensation, then we should understand what is a core compensation, what are the different components we have. All right. So under core compensation, we have compensation eligibility rule. We have compensation grades. We will be learning all this one by one during our session. We have compensation grades profile. Salary plan. Hourly plan. We have unit salary plan. We have periodic salary plan. Allowance plans. We will be learning to create these on tenant. We have allowance based. Yeah. We have amount based allowance. Unit based allowance. Percentage based allowance. Allowances. We have reimbursement. We have reimbursable plan activity. We have compensation basis, which is very much important. We will learn more about it. Commission plans. Calculated plans as per the requirement of the client and the worker position. Calculated plans are dealt in. And in bonus plans, we are going to learn about different plans profile, scorecard, individuals and company performance. We have one-time payment also. We have severance payments and processes. We have merit plans. Under merit plans, we have compensation metrics. Profile scorecard. Merit pools. And we have stock plans and profile. So these are the components under compensation. All right. And if we talk about what makes the advanced compensation different from core compensation, if we talk about, so stock plan, merit plan, bonus plan. So these things makes the difference, the advanced compensation. So when your client or your customers, they wants to implement these plans in their implemented compensation, then it means that they wanted to implement the advanced compensation. All right.
Got it.
Good. So now we will also talk about the different BPs, what we are going to learn, which are generally used in the organization. They are events or tasks, you can say, which are very much important, and you should be knowing when you are implementing advanced compensation. So BPs means business processes. So different business processes we have for compensation, and this is one of the important interview questions, I would say. This is, you should be knowing how to request a compensation change, request compensation change, propose compensation change, we have proposed compensation for new hire. We will be learning this, how to configure these BPs on the tenant. Compensation for new hire. We should be request compensation for default position. Whatever position we have, default position, and request compensation to a job requisition. What is job requisition? Ganguly, Shubha, can you please help me to understand?
It's creating a position.
That's right. It's a job requirement. So whenever there is a requirement for a job, the management create a job requisition, and every job requisition have a job requisition ID, according to which the candidate is submitted and hired on the system. So that is a specific, different organization have different numeric specific IDs, and with the help of this IDs, they figure out the worker or the employee. We will be also learning the request one-time payment, and the most important, we will be initiating for stock merit, stock merit bonus process. Any question as of now?
I'm clear.
Good. Great. Ganguly, at least you can write something on chart that if you are able to hear us, or no, yes, no, maybe something. At least the communication can be both way. I think some technical issues still there. All right, I'll arrange these fonts and I'll be sharing that with you. Okay, so now we have these things. These are the core components. Now let's understand what is the compensation all about. Yeah, So what do you understand by compensation, Shubha?
It's the compensation is maybe the different packages that the company is offering to the employee other than the base salary.
That's right. Yeah, it makes sense. So compensation, it helps to track the individual's worker levels, right? If we talk about a compensation, then that compensation is composed of grades and plans, right? And these grades and plans, they are grouped together to make a compensation package. So when we talk about a package, the compensation have a structure.
Mm.
Okay. Compensation. Compensation means compensation package. If we talk about, then this compensation package will have a grade plans and and so according to the grade, and we have grade plans and we have compensation grades and we have plans. So by adding these two, we make a package for the employees. So whenever an employee is hired in the organization, then they are provided with a compensation package. Now let's learn what is compensation grade and where it is used for. So compensation grade, it provides the guidance with a pay range. So the grade itself says that there should be a slab, right? We know that all the workers in an organization, they fall in different slabs, right? The C level, the executive levels, or if we talk about the mid level or the junior levels, they all have a different grades or slab. So it provides a guidance, and according to this guidance or according to the grades, they get a pay range. So whenever you hear about the range or a grade, then you should be knowing that they are talking about the pay range. And we have a grade profile which allows localization. So if you talk about a localization, it means that this grade profiles will give you multiple locals. So here, grade profiles is not mandatory component, but the compensation grade is a mandatory component. All right. So for a particular worker, you can have different countries for US, for Australia, Canada. We will see on the tenant. All right. And that is not mandatory. So this is optional. But for a compensation grade, this is mandatory. So when we talk about compensation plan, it provides various pay component. Various pay component. And we have on a broader term, let's take compensation eligibility rule. This is an interview question. If they will ask you what is the compensation, what is the pay component of a compensation, then you should, instead of saying all these things, all these 19 points, you should be saying only these things which I'm going to write it down. So we have compensation eligibility rules. These compensation components can default into an employee's compensation during a staffing event. What do you mean by staffing event? Like whenever an employee is recruited, right? Then at that point of time only, at the time of hiring, their compensation is decided, like which level they are going to be hired for, or if they are transferred from. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So compensation components, let me note it down here. It will be easy for you. So this is compensation eligibility rule, compensation plan, compensation grades, we have compensation grade profiles, compensation package. Okay. So when somebody asks you, what is the compensation element? Then you should be saying all these things. Okay. Okay. So now our compensation revolves around three main objects. Can you tell me, can you guess, Shubha Ganguly, if you can hear me? Like what could be the three objects which is required for a compensation to be implemented? Please guess.
Main components, you're asking?
Yes. What are the main components? There are three main components. And what are they?
Grade, grade profile, allowance package, salary package, and salary and the total package.
Yeah, possibly you are partially correct, but I'm asking here to implement a compensation. What is the thing we need to implement to provide a compensation? What are the things we needed?
To provide the compensation to a new hire. Is that what you're asking? While
Yes.
hiring?
Yes.
Job profile? I'm not sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much for trying. Okay. And you should always try whenever we are asking questions, then we should always try so that I can understand like what is the thought process and where we are. So yes, the three main components to implement a compensation, the three things we needed is job requisition. We need a requirement in my company, right? And
Yes.
position where the worker is going to work, and I need a worker who is going to work, right? For whom I am going to run I'm going to put the compensation plan so that the payroll can happen. Yeah. And these three are the main component where the with the combination of this, the compensation can be applied. All right. So now if we depart position and worker, okay, if these two we have a combination for these two also, we can apply the compensation plan. And if I'm going to take out the position and I'm just trying to put the worker, then only for worker also the compensation can happen. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have three types of combination. One is job requisition, position and worker. Then we have position and worker, and we have worker. But only on job requisition, we cannot put the compensation. We cannot implement the compensation plan. All right. Any questions?
I'm good.
Good. All right. So we spoke about the business processes for the compensation. So for proposed compensation, what we are going to do in the BPs, we are going to edit. We will be creating, editing, okay, the compensation component. And we will be proposing the compensation change. So we have a sub process that you can select either the proposed compensation change. You understanding, Subha?
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
Yeah, clear. Okay. All right. We also spoke about the compensation eligibility rule. What is what do you understand by eligibility rule?
Filtering a group of workers that we are going to give the compensation based on location or job profile.
Okay. That's right, partially. I'll fill the rest of the thing. So compensation eligibility rule, it determines the employee eligibility for each compensation component during the staffing. As we said, the compensation is defined at the time of staffing only, right? At the time of recruiting or hiring. So the eligibility for each compensation component, like what are the compensation component, like allowances will be there or not, car allowances will be there or not, bonuses will be there or not, what will be the range, right? What is the pay grade is going to be there. So these, like this is the totality which is defined, that is called the eligibility rules. And eligibility is based on any combination of the organization, job profile, location which we said, position, or any other available class. Okay, so what you
Okay.
said is correct, absolutely. The understanding is good. So the eligibility rule can be defined as it determines yeah, thank you. Okay, so it determines the rules for the employee's eligibility for each compensation component during the staffing. And the eligibility is based on any combination of organization, job profile, like what is the profile the worker has, the location, if the worker is from US or India, or the position, like what is the position of the worker in the organization, mid-level, high level, or the beginner, or the entry level, or any other value. Any other value available. It means that you can take it, etc. So if my it depends on the client, like what are the components they wanted to include for the compensation plan. Clear?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So we have already learned, we spoke about the compensation grade, which provide the pay ranges, and it refers the grades, and it includes the pay range which defined for each compensation basis. Yeah. And we have profiles also, which is meant for localization, which is like different country specific, and it allows you to assign a work that are different compensation range. That is grade profile.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So if we talk about compensation plan, so we do not have a specific task for a compensation plan. All right. So but for compensation plan, it consists of compensation plan is consist of two components. What could be the components, Subha?
All the plans or the components.
Yeah. If an
Great.
employee, yeah, if an employee have a compensation plan, then what are the two components the plan have?
Plans, grades, and grade profile.
No, dear. Try again. Try. You know the answer.
The
Yeah.
compensation plan is two.
Yeah. One is salary.
Salary and the package.
One is salary plan, and another one is allowance plan.
Allowance plan. Okay.
Yeah. So salary means, see, we have a basic salary, right? We have salary plans. We have hourly salary, unit salary, right? So hourly salary, like we have a fixed salary, like we have fixed time employees. We have hourly employees, right? Who are like paid hourly basis. We have unit salary plan. So what is unit salary plan?
Based on how many units?
Unit salary plan. Yeah, if this employee is going to cover this much of task, then he will be getting this much of amount. This is fixed. Okay. So according to the portion of the work, his compensation, his salary plan is defined. So that is unit salary plan. And allowances also, we have different types of allowances. Like we have amount based allowances, right? We are going to provide this much of amount as a allowance to the worker or the employee. We have percent based, right? Like we will be providing the allowances like 2% or 1% or 5%, right? That is called percent basis. And then we have unit base. So both salary and allowances have these three component fixed. Like these are the three type of, you can say these are the three type of salary, and these are the three type of allowances. Okay. And we have to select out of it one for each worker according to their location, job profile, job grades, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the basic, we would say, about the fundamental of the compensation. And what about the tenant access? Shiva, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking for Shiva actually.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, yeah. So we need the tenant now so that we can understand, so that I can show you some compensation. Okay. I'll be saving this and I'll be sharing this to you. Uh, they will be connecting with you, ZaranTech and Shiva both. Any
Thank you.
questions on this? You're welcome. We are clear?
Yes, my side is clear.
Okay.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.